Good morning and welcome back to a new video. Now you might be asking us, why are you back in Germany? And that's a very valid question. I'll tell you more about that later on.
A lot of horrible things happened to us, but today we're feeling a bit better. We slept right next to a factory.
Very noisy, but at least it was a safe place to park. And today we're going to head back into France.
Let's go!
Can't believe we're back on the road again. It's so windy today.
That's where we parked our 10B. I can't believe that these are our last few days in Europe. Right now we're at this lake, I say it in French, Lac de Madine. I hope I said it right. The weather was really beautiful this morning, but now it's all windy here. We haven't been in a place like this in ages, right? There are plenty of benches, there is like a small playground for kids, marina as well.
There's a sandy beach as well, all along here. But I guess
good, huh?
it will look better in a few months' time. Although saying that, the wind is cold, but the weather is actually warming up. So even inside the van, it's been quite warm really, about 16 degrees today.
Now we can really see like all of the flowers, you know, they're blooming everywhere. Where's your bone?
I'm gonna find it. There it is.
That's your bone! Oh my god! Let's play! Come on!
So we've actually driven around to the opposite side of the lake, all the way around, because there's a nice observation deck here.
I'm so happy that I found out about this place. It looks amazing. There are plenty of ducks and birds. This is paradise.
So this must be the observation deck.
Whoa.
Wow, this place is cool.
Beautiful. Most of the swans are looking for food, so all of their butts are upwards.
This spot is actually awesome. So it's in the middle of nowhere. We parked up there and walked about 5 minutes along the river, and it's just like this big observation room, and there's all different levels where you can look out, I guess, for kids and for adults as well.
From this little cabin here, you can see more than 30 birds. And what fascinates me the most is that there is this bird, it's called purple heron. The grey heron exists in purple as well. It's really cool. And you can spot it here. I know that you guys sometimes, you know, comment below. You tell us all of the names of the ducks and birds that we see. But I don't know, maybe you didn't know this one and I'm telling you now.
So the reason why we had a horrible few days, I'm just going to get into it now and kind of explain what happened. If you remember in our previous video, we mentioned that we were going to stick around there for a few days. As bad as that day was, that was the least of our worries, to be honest. Unfortunately, a few hours after we filmed the video, we realized that our heater wasn't working. We had to find someone close by to help us out with the heater. Luckily, kind of in one day, we got that sorted. We found a guy nearby that could help. He tried like some different parts, and finally we found out what the problem was, replaced that part, and the heater's been running fine since then. The next day, we decided that we were going to make a bit of a long drive from where we were. We didn't get far because we started hearing noises from the engine. We pulled over and we called the towing guys. While we were waiting, we tried making a few calls around to find a mechanic that can help us out. And unfortunately, everyone was telling us, like, I've only got space in May, or else like in 2-3 weeks at the earliest. Finally, we did manage to find someone who can help us. It was a Fiat dealership all the way back in Germany. So we had to get towed back in, cross the border, and things got worse from there. So they did a quick inspection, checked the van, and we needed some work done on the engine to get it fixed. Apart from that, on the same day, I kind of felt the clutch slipping, but because we only did it about 6 months ago, I thought nothing of it. As soon as they gave it like a test drive, straight away he told me like the clutch needs to be changed as well, which is crazy because, as I said, maybe 10,000 kilometers 6 months ago. Like a clutch should at least last you 50 to 100,000 kilometers. We had to wait about 3 days for them to start working on it. So we kind of just parked up outside the Fiat place. We didn't have any water. The toilet was getting full. We had electric at least, but it was a really horrible 3 days just kind of waiting to get started. And by that time, he had mentioned as well that we had to kind of fix the engine and get the clutch out. And obviously over here in Central Europe, like especially in Germany, it's quite expensive. Like not the parts really, the parts are quite cheap. It's more the labor. I think they charge at the Fiat dealership about 130 euros an hour, plus VAT. So it does get very expensive. And they also have these like set prices for each kind of task that they do. We weren't really in the best of moods.
Oh, I really have no energy for this.
That alone was going to cost us a couple of €1,000. And then when they actually started, we realized there were some other things that needed to change in. They weren't really that urgent, but while we had kind of the engine out, we decided to get them done as well. The reason why the clutch was slipping like right away really after a few months is because the flywheel was damaged and it kind of damaged the clutch as well, so we had to replace both of those. It was quite hard really, like at the time when he was telling us all of this, it was very disappointing. Obviously, like this winter we worked really hard as well, saved up some money, and now we've kind of seen like the majority of our savings just like disappear kind of overnight. And it's not like we have an accident or anything like that, it's just kind of just had to happen. While they were doing the works, they also noted that our radiator was leaking, only slightly, but still leaking, and also the exhaust manifold was slightly damaged. Those two were not that urgent, but while we had the engine out, it was just kind of like paying for the parts, so we did them as well. And kind of now we have not a brand new van, but we have a lot of things that have been changed. We originally thought that last week we had a scary encounter, but we hadn't seen the repair bill until then. That was much more scary, believe me. At the time, really, we just wanted to kind of give up. We felt really low, and we're actually thinking of just like finding like a free Stellplatz or parking area nearby and just stay there for a few months and kind of stop our travels, because obviously the more we're traveling, the more obviously wear and tear we're having. So, you know, that bill was really, really demotivating. And yeah, so van is back to normal now, running perfectly. We made it to France at least.
Look at this! I spotted it right before it got onto her.
It's a tick.
Ewa, oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, another one! I'm sorry, honey. Oh my goodness! Ah! Yeah! Yeah! Ooh!
Yeah. Lucky she's got a short pill so we can spot them immediately.
Look at her face. Hold on, Holly.
He was enjoying it.
Yeah.
All good.
All good. I'm so sorry, but I tend to panic a lot when these things happen. Sorry.
2 ticks exterminated.
Apart from the mosquitoes and ticks, I really enjoyed walking today. And I feel so pumped to start our new journey. Up to a few days ago, we didn't know if we were going to do it or not, because we felt so sad and so confused about what was going on. You know, our finances, unfortunately, isn't that good right now as well. We try to stay positive most of the time. But when these things happen, it's normal to feel sad, you know, and lonely sometimes as well, because we're here and we don't have any family to go to and spend some days there. So yes, we feel sometimes like this, but now I think those feelings are gone and we've overcome them. So we feel happy that we're gonna start this new adventure now. So by the end of this video, you will see where we're going next.
And on another positive note, look what we just picked up.
Ta-da!
The insurance has come through at least. So a new day today, back on the road. We're trying to make up some ground today. And we're currently just outside the city called Reims. Last night, after we left the bird park, we drove through the forest. We slept in this kind of parking lot in a small town. And this morning we had a vet appointment for Holly. We needed to get some stuff done. Also, as you might have realised, I got my haircut. Very cheap here in France as well. It was about 14 euros.
So last night I felt really sick. I was sneezing every 5 minutes and then I slept well. But this morning I woke up with my tonsils hurting me. So yeah, I'm having some lozenges every now and then and hopefully they solve my problem. Now I went to an electronic shop because I needed to buy this for my phone because it wasn't charging. They all have a parking area just in front of the establishment and it's so good for us because we can park so easily. All done now, I think.
We've just stopped off at one of the many spots here along the road, and in front of us we can see never-ending vineyards.
It's called Vanlife. It feels like we're in Tuscany, right? With
yeah, it looks very, very similar. And there's loads of these spots you can stop along as you're driving through. We've seen a few, and we thought we'd just stop at this one. But the views here are really breathtaking.
Yeah, this is where they do their champagne, their famous champagne. Just to look at these beautiful views, brown and green, and some forest as well. It's amazing to be here.
We're back on the main road, and something that I've realised like over the last 2 days is that like since we've come out the garage, the steering wheel is kind of not straight anymore. Like if you kind of let go of it, the van veers to the right. It's kind of like it's not aligned. So we just spoke to him on the phone and he said that it was okay, like they didn't touch it. The first day we were driving I thought it was the wind, but now it's just too much.
I really can't take it anymore, to be honest. It's too much now.
So we're actually going to leave it for today. They didn't have much time. They said they might be able to fit us in a couple of hours time. And it also costs 118 euros, which is a bit expensive for wheel alignment. So we're just going to leave it for today and drive slow.
It's expensive, we're tired, and we're late. So we're gonna leave it and we're gonna do it somewhere else when we're in the mood.
Later on this week, yeah. For now, we just drive slow.
Use the right lane.
Half of it is ready, the other half is still like this.
So how cool is this place where you can actually wash the van and your clothes at the same time?
So something very easy to cook for today because I'm so tired. But out here there is also a pizza machine where it can be ready like in 30 minutes for you or 15 minutes, something like that. Express kind of machine.
Yeah, we've seen them
Yeah.
quite a lot
In
over here.
Austria and Germany, they're everywhere.
It's actually still raining and the wind is getting stronger and stronger. Charlene's just at the back, she's still feeling a bit sick. So we're going to drive another 45 minutes and find another park up nearby.
I feel much better today. Ooh! I took so many lozenges yesterday that all of the pain is gone now.
I'm sure you guessed that if you've been following our route that we kind of have been heading north, and the reason that we kind of came in this direction is because we wanted to be as close as possible to Calais, because today we've booked the Eurotunnel and we're actually going to cross now over to the UK.
Woohoo! Can you believe it? I can't believe that we're saying this. We're definitely going to miss Europe. In Germany and in France, it was an amazing experience for us. Now I think we're ready to start this new adventure, right?
Yeah, Europe was very easy, but it's kind of good now to kind of start a new chapter.
Yeah, something different as well. We need something different, I think.
That's it. And what happens really if you're staying in the same place too long, kind of like around the Alps, as beautiful as they are, sometimes you kind of get used to it. So we definitely need a new landscape to look at. And for this year, our kind of main trip here from spring, which will hopefully continue through the summer, is going to be over in the UK. This time last year we were heading to Turkey, and now can't believe like
that
We're
we're
heading over,
crossing.
yeah. So today we cross over to England. We hope to explore along the southern coast and then head up further north, pop into Wales, and hopefully even make it up to Scotland. So we're really excited for our new UK series.
We need some new luck with Tandy as well. So
Yeah.
wish us luck, guys.
I hope we don't have any more problems, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So tune in next week as we're going to get started straight away with the new adventure. So I guess we'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Come on.
Yeah,
You need to
get
shower.
ready.